Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media. The hiker made his way to this remote spot in the park to experience the wilderness and escape from the worries of civilized life. The trail offered a release of stress and concerns with each step he took and every turn he rounded. Suddenly a brown shape shifted in the bushes just off the trail. Knowing the park held moose, bison, and grizzly bears, which were all similarly colored, he froze while taking in as much detail as possible. Realizing the shape was too short for a moose or bison, the hiker reached down to his hip holster to retrieve his bear spray. As he watched, the shape suddenly froze, and an ominous stillness settled over the forest. In a blurring motion, the bear spun toward the hiker and covered the few yards that separated them, just as the hiker lifted his bear spray canister and flicked off the safety tab. Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. Yellowstone National Park in early autumn is a land of crisp air, tangled vegetation, and shifting shadows. The high elevations are lined with stands of subalpine fir, Engelmann spruce, and Douglas fir. Between the trees grow thickets of huckleberry, bearberry, and mountain ash, while berry patches of saskatoon, buffalo berry, and thimbleberry color the forest edges. The wildlife here is diverse and numerous. Large plant-eating animals, such as mule deer, elk, moose, and bison graze the prairies and meadows, while bighorn sheep make their stake among the high crags. The predators here are Mother Nature's murderer's row of skilled, cunning, and dangerous beasts. From the yipping coyote to the silent mountain lion, competition between wolves, black bears, and grizzly bears hinges upon the survival instincts of each of these opportunistic brutes. On September 16, 2025, a 29-year-old man, whom we'll call Ethan, was hiking alone on the Turbid Lake Trail in Yellowstone, northeast of Mary Bay. Friends knew him as a capable outdoorsman, equipped with his pack, a canister of bear spray, and a familiarity and appreciation for wilderness. There was no companion alongside him and no dog running the trail, just Ethan and the soothing sounds of wilderness. After a brisk start, Ethan had covered about 2.5 miles since passing the Pelican Valley trailhead in the Pelican Valley Bear Management Area. The trail paralleled Pelican Creek for almost 2 miles from timber patch to timber patch, interrupted by grassy meadows to the south and the Pelican Valley to the north. He turned south on the Turbid Lake Trail, traveling around a half mile before seeing a mottled brown shape in the brush off the trail. No source indicated that Ethan was armed with anything but bear spray, and he exercised the utmost caution as he hiked. Coming upon an animal obscured by brush had him particularly focused and attentive. Trusting his bear spray canister with his life undoubtedly became a questionable decision as he peered through the brush at the bear. It isn't clear if the breeze shifted and brought Ethan's scent to the bear's sensitive nose, or if he had stepped on a twig alerting the bear. But one thing is for certain, it suddenly paused just before storming toward him. I'm sure many things flashed through Ethan's mind at this point, and a few of those thoughts may have been the history of bear attacks in Yellowstone. The most recent incident before this was in May 2021, when a grizzly mauled a hiker on the Beaver Ponds Trail near Mammoth Hot Springs. Since then, the park has managed to balance record visitor numbers with the natural rhythms of its bears. Rangers have had to remove or relocate bears that grew too bold near campsites or that rifled through trash, yet most encounters end without incident. Still, as late summer deepens into autumn, bears enter hyperphagia, the season of near-constant feeding before hibernation. During this time, their hunger drives them into new places, and their encounters with humans become sharper and more unpredictable. As the bear closed in on him, Ethan clawed at the strap of his pack and pulled his bear spray free. Events seemed to happen in slow motion as he flicked off the safety clip and attempted to point the canister in the bear's direction. He watched as the bear's jaws opened and its outstretched paws reached toward him. Just before he could pull the trigger, the massive bear swatted him on the left shoulder, its claws tearing lines of blood and pain halfway across his chest. The force of the swat sent Ethan flying, though he managed to keep hold of his bear spray after impacting the ground. Ethan squeezed the trigger on his way to the ground. A cloud of red-tinged deterrent filled the air. The bear faltered, coughing, shaking its head as it recoiled at the effects of the irritant. In obvious pain, the bear spun on its heels and retreated into the bushes, leaving Ethan gashed and bleeding, but alive. Adrenaline likely dulled his pain, allowing Ethan to stagger away. Rangers rushed to the scene after an emergency call, guided him out, and took him to the Lake Medical Clinic. From there he was flown to a hospital where doctors stabilized his significant but non-life-threatening injuries. Ethan lived to tell the story, though scarred and shaken. His bear spray proved decisive, even if not perfectly timed. Park investigators believed the animal was indeed a grizzly, though initial confusion was understandable in the chaos. No evidence suggested the grizzly was protecting a cached animal carcass, nor were there cubs observed at the attack site. Speaking of cubs, our Cub Tier membership on Patreon, link below, will give you ad-free early access to episodes, photos, and notes. And the $3 per month goes a long way in helping me continue to produce educational and entertaining content like this. Officials confirmed no management action would be taken against the bear, since it behaved as a wild bear naturally would. The Yellowstone ecosystem today supports several hundred grizzlies spread across the thousands of square miles of wilderness, with black bears present in even greater numbers. In places like the Pelican Valley and Turbid Lake region, densities can reach a few grizzlies per square mile, yet those few present every visitor a degree of risk. This was the first bear-caused injury in the park during the year 2025, and thankfully ended without fatality or life-threatening injuries. This can be attributed to park officials regulating human traffic in high-risk areas through trail closures and advisories. After reviewing the facts surrounding this episode, I'm left with a few questions for you. Do you think trail closures and advisories should be increased during the vulnerable months of hyperphagia to further limit incidents? Did Ethan assume a higher degree of risk by hiking into a bear management area? Would Ethan's injuries have ended up more severe had he not sprayed his bear spray? I will gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so post them in the comments section below, and let's talk about it. Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. We'll help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.